What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over talking about one simple question that's not necessarily just simply easy to explain. And that question is my team back? Again, a lot to go over, a lot to break down in this video specifically. But I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on where the My Team mode is at. Some good, some bad, but just the overall, mode right now. I think my team is back because of one simple thing. One main thing. There's a lot of things that go into this, but one main thing. Cards are now cheap. Cards are now affordable, right? Good cards. Now, I'm not saying Dark Matters. I'm not saying 100 overalls. I'm not saying these cards, right? I'm not. I'm saying these cards, right? OG Anunoby, you can work your way to him. You can grind for it. Drazen, good. Doug Christie, Danny Green, good. Same thing here, you can't get the top level cards, but Kyle Korver, an absolute beast, an absolute stud. You can get him, right? And so it goes back to last year at this time. Every single card in the game was behind packs, behind gambling. And sure, if people didn't open packs, I wouldn't have accessibility to these cards. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. If people did not open packs, the mode would not be accessible for me. But I don't have to open packs to have accessibility on this game. I don't. There's a lot to play. There's a lot to grind. And sure, are the grinds worth it? I mean, that's up to you. I got to grind 20 showdown games a week. I will say I'm about to these 60 wins. I'll upload a video on those rewards when I get there. But I will say in Showdown, you can work your way up to 35,000 MT every week. Salary cap, I don't personally grind it, but there are things that you guys can grind there. I honestly have been playing a lot of Breakout. I have been. You guys can go in here and even see. Why Breakout? What's the purpose? Well, honestly, in Breakout, I've been getting every one of these weekly challenges done, and which I'll open some of these packs in this video here in a second for it. But meanwhile, while I'm playing Breakout, I'm just earning a little bit of MT, right? And all of these things combined are going to put my squad in a solid position. Now, again, I'm not even, I'm not even going to hype up the fact that, I'm going to get a 92 overall from, Triple Threat. That's not why I'm grinding it. I think the bigger thing is if you can just slowly level up your squad, slowly level up your account, your account's eventually going to be in a solid situation for you. And that's the main thing is you're just slowly grinding things out. You're slowly trying to improve your squad. Do I wish I could work my way up to get, 100 overalls without, opening packs? Absolutely. But that is just not super realistic right now, right? Dark Matters 100 overalls on this game are still ridiculously expensive. They are still, something on this game that I'm obviously not the biggest fan of. However, I do like the fact that, guess what? You can build a lineup of, I'm just going to throw some names out here. Zach Lavine, Doug Christie, and at the 3, you can run a lot of different guys. I'll just throw Diamond Paulo, Diamond Jaren Jackson Jr., pick whoever you want, Alex Sarr at the 5, and boom, for 100,000, less than 100,000 MT, you've got a squad that can go out there and compete in a massive way. You do. And again, obviously, I've spent a lot of time grinding these challenges for these packs, and obviously, I'm going to get a Pink Diamond All-Star card who probably is not going to play for me. That's kind of a waste of time, waste of a grind. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I didn't expect to pull anything crazy from it. I didn't expect to pull a card that would play from it. It just gave me something to do. Ultimately, is this game perfect? No, right? There's still no real reason to load up and play King of the Court every weekend. Like, sure, the VC is nice, but it's like you're still, there's no monetary prize in it. If you're looking, for you guys, if you do want the best cards in the game, they're still ridiculously priced. The pack odds are still absolutely horrible. I'm not saying this game is perfect, right? I'm not. I don't even think there's a mode that's quote-unquote worth playing right now. People ask me all the time, Ty, what's the most worth it mode? Probably Domination, but again, I don't even know if there is a quote-unquote worth it mode to play on this game right now. And so the fact of the matter, the fact of the situation right now at hand is this: the only thing that I think consistently needs to happen on 2K is for the auction house to be in the game, number 1, but for number 2, cards to be affordable. Because if cards are affordable, and we've got a lot of different optionality, not everybody is running around there with the same squad, that makes for a good game. And obviously there's still a lot of improvements that 2K needs to make. I'm not saying this game is even close to being where it could possibly be. But what I am saying is the recipe is obvious, right? If 2K can consistently have an auction house, and I don't like the fact that, we're not getting more free content. I think they could easily have free content or that goes hand in hand with this. But the fact of the matter is this. If 2K continues to put super packs in the game and people continue to open those super packs and those super packs continue to drive down price in the auction house, I think the game is in a solid position. Because even for myself, right? And I'll show you, I'll bring up my squad right now. It kind of makes me mad that I've got Zach Lavine when you can grind Zach Lavine for free, which we'll talk about in a second. This is my squad right now, right? Free, or not free, $10 pro pass. Free, basically, or $10, whatever you want to say. I got him for free. I don't love Jason Tatum. Grinded him for free. Grinded him for free. You can grind him for free. And so if you can add some of those free cards to your squad, then you can spend up in certain areas as well, right? And again, I don't like the fact that there's Triple Threat Park. I think Triple Threat Online just needs to come back and that be a separate game mode. But I do think there's a lot of positives to take away from this game mode. I honestly don't mind Breakout, right? Like at first, when it started and the rewards weren't that great, I wasn't a fan of it. But as I've been playing it, like, honestly, I've made a decent amount of MT from Breakout. I don't mind it, right? And so, honestly, as I'm looking at this game, like, there are some real positives to take away from it. Again, I do think there needs to be a little bit more of a better weekend event. Like King of the Court, to me, it is what it is. It's just not necessarily my favorite, especially, if you don't finish first overall, you don't get any, like, MT or anything with it. It just kind of feels backwards to me personally. But, like, I don't hate where this mode's at right now. Because, right, I already talked about the mid-level guys, but you can even look here at the budget guys. This card is a beast. This card, a stud, right? You can go back to last week's drop. The Amis, pretty good. And Vando, Quentin Post, can play. And so, like, again, I'm not saying things are perfect, but I like where this game mode is at right now. As far as cards are cheap. As far as, I could actually load up, use whatever card, different cards I want, different lineup combinations I want, and enjoy playing the game. And the difference between the top level cards and in the budget cards, honestly, right now, it's there, but it's not super, super, super massive. I honestly like where this game mode is at right now. Obviously, it's not perfect, right? I'm not saying it's perfect. But I like where this game mode is at. If you compare it right now to where we were last year at this time, it's night and day difference, right? Last year at this time, there was no budget cards in the game. Last year at this time, sure, you could, gamble your way to the top. But even if you locked in a set, you got an equal chance Dark Matter. Do y'all remember that when we had to lock in sets and you'd have an equal chance to pull like one of the 3 Dark Matters or one of the 4 Dark Matters, whatever it was. And the cards were just not worth it. They were not great. We were in kind of a bad situation. Post All-Star break last year. It was bad, right? It really was. Then you'd have to lock in for a Dark Matter and they'd give you a troll one. It was a bad situation. And so I like the fact that, we've slightly improved. Again, I'm not saying the game's in a perfect situation. There's a lot of room for improvement by making the modes more worth grinding, making there be a free grind, right? Like the Kuzma grind on mobile was fine, but why not give that to everybody? Like, again, give it to everybody. I think this game is so close to taking that next step, right? So close. Make the game mode more worth it. Make King of the Court slightly revamped. Bring back accessibility. Like Triple Threat Park, if people want this to be its own mode, whatever. But people should have the, and again, I don't think these are updated for whatever reason. Supposedly we were supposed to get Zach Lavine today. But people shouldn't have to go into Triple Threat Park to get all of these things. They shouldn't. So that's kind of where I'm mainly at with things today is I like where the game mode is at. I do. If they continue to give us really solid rewards every Sunday, I think that's a really good addition to the game as well. Like I said with the Zach Lavine today, who is at least supposed to be in the game today. I can't hate on the game entirely. I like where this MyTeam mode is at right now. I like the fact that people could hop on today, build a budget squad, and work their way up. I think that's what this game mode's about. Hopping on, having the accessibility of, well, Aaron Wiggins for 1,000 coins. He looks decent, right? Oh, well, what about this DeLon Wright for 3,000 coins? Topich, right? He could be good. You could build a budget squad for 30,000 MT. Play the game, have fun with it. And as you're doing that, you're going to get slightly rewarded and slowly be able to improve your squad. That's what this game mode should be about. And that's what makes this game mode fun. Sure, you can nitpick certain things and say, well, I don't feel rewarded if I play Showdown. Yeah, I get it. It's true. It's actually true. However, with that being said, and that is a valid, true point, guess what? At least you can play Showdown with a, cheapish team and compete, right? And at least every week, if you win 20 Showdown games, you get 35,000 MT. It's not great, right? It's not perfect. I'm not saying it is. But at least you get something. At least you get something. No, this game's not perfect. No, this game's not great. But at the end of the day, I think we're on the right track. I do. I think we're on the right track. I think we're optimistic. And I think the community is on board with kind of what we're seeing right now. So you guys can let me know your thoughts on where the MyTeam mode is at right now. I do think, again, there is room for improvement. Absolutely. There always is, especially when it comes down to challenges. Like, there's no way I should grind all of these challenges out and really not have one player that doesn't make my squad. Like, that's crazy to me. But even with the double MT stuff, so much extra MT for you guys to add to your collection. Level 40 rewards have been good. Brandon Roy, D-Rob, D-Wade. I like where this game mode is going. Again, needs improvement. I don't like the rep stuff. I think they hide way too much behind the MyTeam rep. But at the end of the day, I personally like where this game mode is at right now. Obviously needs to be improved in a big time way, continuing to improve. But I like this, and I think the potential is definitely there. Obviously, as years go on, you have more and more budget options, stuff like that. But I like it. I like where we're at right now. Always room to improve, though. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.